Well, hello. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's the 26th of April, and I've been told to have a wee chat about the Zenith cycle and maybe understand where I'm coming from. So let us start. Have you ever wondered, is Earth cyclic, and how old is Earth? How long this beautiful planet of ours existed? And when I talk about cycles, have you ever wondered what the heck am I talking about? Well, today I'd like to explain to you my wisdom. You don't have to accept it. It's freedom of choice of everywhere. But in my massive research, I would like to pass on to you what I feel in my heart is fact. Now, I don't want you to get into any religious connotation here, because Earth is Earth. No matter what you believe in, we are living this illusion as a soul to learn. And also that there have been many incidences in history about how there's been catastrophes, floods, like the Great Flood. And if you read your Bible and believe that Noah was in his 600th year, that has to make him of a higher intelligence. If you can understand, and I do believe what I experienced in Yaxchillan when I went back into a lifetime, where I was ET, and that went back seemingly by Miguel 500,000 years ago. So what I'd like to do today is just to give you a rough idea of my interpretation of the cycle. So I've got my trusty whiteboard here, and I'm going to do the best I can to try and put in picture form for you. So let us start. Earth is a circle. Now that circle is a total of 26,000 years. So every 26,000 years, the Earth goes around. Now if I put another colour, I'll try and make it as simple as possible. I'm going to call this here the photon belt. Now this photon belt here is a total of 2,000 years. Now what does this mean, 2,000 years? If this is 26, let's see if I can get another colour. It's going to sound complicated, but actually it's not. If I put an orange right down the centre, it's not very clear, but if you could understand that, I might do it another colour. But if I did another thing on there, and this here is 20 years. This blue bit is a total of 20 years, okay? Now if you have a look from here to go down, it's a total of 13,000 years. And this going into the darkness, and then going up is another 13,000 years back into the light. So just like your 24-hour day, we have half day, light, and half dark, depending on the seasons. So let's just say 26,000 year in a cycle. Now if that's 13,000 years, you've got 1,000 here and 1,000 here, which means this is actually 11,000 from this part here to this part here, as a total of 11,000. So you've got 11 plus 1 there plus there makes 13. The same on this side, it's 1,000 years. So if you can cut the photon belt in half, you've got 1,000 of it going into the dark and the other 1,000 going into the light. So everything is quite mathematically minded. So sorry if I'm trying to explain something to you don't understand. each cycle is a 26,000 year cycle. We're going to extend on that a little bit, but just get this understood. Now, if this here is 2,000 years, okay, so we've got 1,000 each side. This here is 20 years. Now this 20 years I'm going to put here started in 1992 to 2012. Can you all remember about where the world was going to come to an end at 2012 and wonder why it didn't and start off another cycle? I'd like to explain that. So you got the gist of it? Everything is a 26,000 year cycle. 2,000 years in the photon belt, which is spelt, for those who not knowing, P-H-O-T-O-N, the photon belt they call it, is this part here. Got it? Let me expand it a little bit more. So why have we not flipped over into a whole new ball game? Spirit explained that one to me too, because I asked the same question. What's this about 2012? You know, we were supposed to be the end of time. So this is what they said. This here is a cycle, and then you got cycles in a cycle, cycles in a cycles. That makes sense? So it's like the keys on a piano board. From C to C is a cycle. So if you can imagine that this is not just 26,000 years, we're getting into a lot more in-depth, mathematically minded, which I don't want to confuse you guys with what I believe in my research is fact. So this is a cycles. So if you can imagine that there's 7 of these major cycles to make one big, huge cycle. Start adding up your mathematics. Get your calculators out. I'm not going to go down that track, but this is what I've been told, and in my research and my travels I'm going to believe. So this here is now like you've got your 7 26,000 year cycles. Each one of that is 26. This one here is a major cycle. Massive. This is where we are, and this is getting exciting. I hope you are keeping up with me. So if we're in a major cycle, and in 2012 we were supposed to end the world. No. Why are we still here? What is an illusion? I've got pictures. I've shown you all of my pictures of the illusion, so some of you might not have seen them. Illusion. Where am I? My analytical mind. I've got a friend putting himself once again in the illusion. Where is he going? Lots and lots of pictures in here that Spirit's giving me, because I'm extremely analytical and skeptic. So what's going on? So if we're just here playing a game, and it's an individual game, and whoops, I don't want to knock my board over. If we're just playing an individual game, what does it mean to you personally? Well, I feel that we're here to learn about who we truly are as a spiritual being, having a physical experience. And because we couldn't do it in one lifetime, we had to do it over and over. So that's when they incorporated reincarnation, so we could keep life. So we have